What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. My name is Dan, and right by me is my 2000 C5 Corvette. If you tuned in some of my previous videos, I unveiled the wrap on this car and went through, the company that wrapped it. I detailed some of the modifications and some of the things that, we had done to the car pre-wrap, but you guys requested a full in-depth video on the car, looking at all of the modifications, looking at the engine bay, looking at the interior. Also, there's a couple things on that video that I didn't talk about that are really unique about this C5, so I want to share it with you guys. So that, without further ado, let's get into the car. If you watch my previous videos, I went over, the front fenders and the rear fenders. They are Corvette creation, carbon fiber front and rear quarters, and you could see the carbon through right there, and on the back. Couldn't really figure out any way to really get that carbon to show through without it like taking away from the look of the car, so just decided to have it completely covered and wrapped up. But one of the things I did not mention in my previous videos was that this car is on an air ride suspension. So if you look at the stance of the car is great, and the reason for that is because it's on an air ride suspension. I want to say it's one of 5 C5 Corvettes in the US on an air ride suspension, and honestly I want to say I was one of the earliest to get the air ride suspension set up on this car. So I got that through AirTech when it comes to bags, and Airlift 3P for the management. So my air ride is basically in the trunk set up here. There's my tank. The brain for the unit is right back there, and then if you're wondering where my compressors are, they're tucked away in here in both sides. I have a dual compressor setup, so it's able to lift up pretty quick as well as fill up the tank pretty quick, which is great because I like to be able to go up and down as needed. That's the whole reason why I got the air ride suspension. Is Corvettes are low from factory to begin with, and I live in New Jersey. There's tons of potholes, tons of speed bumps and things like that, and I want to be able to lift up as needed without damaging the car. And honestly, I had a C6Z suspension set up before and hated it, so figured what's the worst that could happen. And I like the air ride a lot more than the C6Z suspension that I had. I do have C6Z brakes though, front and rear setup. So that is the rear, this is the front. R1 Concept rotors and R1 Concept pads, and then the C6Z calipers, powder coated, and like it's not like a Accelerate yellow, but it's like a lime yellow per se. And really like the contrast between the calipers and the overall look of the car. I think it really pops. So now let's get into where everyone wants to see the engine bay. So this is a forged LS3, so it's 6.2 liter. So my original LS1 blew up, and pulled that out, put in a forged LS3 that I actually found locally. So it's got a comp cam in it. It's got ported and polished heads to match the comp cam. And then we have the ECS Novi 1500 blower. And also we have meth injection right there. And our tank for the meth injection is here. Deleted the windshield wiper reservoir. I still have windshield wipers, but I don't really drive the car when it rains, so no need for the windshield wiper fluid or system or anything like that. So it really makes for a perfect setup where it is. Full exhaust. The car is on a stock fuel pump with a ECS booster pump, and one of the next mods that we're doing is actually a Racetronics fuel pump and then a retune. So the car currently makes 602 wheel horsepower, okay, and hoping with swapping out the fuel pump that the car will make anywhere from 630 to 650 with the Racetronics fuel pump and then a retune. It's currently only on like 5 to 6 pounds of boost. And then with the Racetronics fuel pump, we're going to pull the restrictor out that's in the front there. So it's going to go up to around like 7 to 8 pounds, and should see a nice increase in horsepower. So really excited about that, because I think that's going to make a nice difference in feel wise of the car. The current tune on the car, you know, it's great, it's pretty powerful, but I feel like the car has a lot more in it than what it currently puts out. See what other modifications we have on the car. We have some custom side skirts as well as a front lip. They're done by Galvez Customs here in New Jersey. He did a completely custom setup in which it follows the body line of the car. So it comes in and cuts out, and then we have a little guard set up there. And I love this, the work that Galvez does. If you're in the New Jersey area, definitely hit him up, because he does amazing work. This is completely custom, and he does the installs as well if you don't want to do the install yourself, and extremely reasonably priced. So definitely hit him up. Wheel setup. I saw someone comment asking, hey, what wheels are those? What's your setup? They are Forge Star F14 wheels. They are 18 by 10 in the front and 19 by 12s in the rear. And we're on some Mickey Thompson street slicks in the back, and just regular Nittos in the front. And I'm probably going to be swapping this setup in the near future. Probably going to try some R888s in the rear. These just wear terribly. They do hook really well, but the wear on them is absolutely terrible. And I heard the R888s wear a little bit better. You know, you get a little bit more life out of them. So definitely excited to potentially swap those out and try the R888s in the future. Trying to think of what other mods. Well, interior wise, we have the Cypher seats, we have the harness bar, and we have a carbon steering wheel. We have a dual wideband setup and a boost gauge. So innovative wideband and a glow sport boost gauge. So very, you know, basic setup when it comes to interior. Didn't do too much to the interior. The car is equipped with an MSD 2-step. It will shoot some decent sized flames. Even when the car was NA, it shot some nice flames. So hopefully now with this retune, I'm gonna actually ask them, see if we could get, you know, a nice flame map on the car, because every single time I go to competitions, the GTIs are always winning the 2-step competition, and I want to be able to have something to compete with them. So hopefully near future we'll get a nice flame map on the car. Car will spit out some decent sized flames, and you know, it's already loud as hell, so hopefully it'll compete with the GTIs at the 2-step competitions. I think that's it when it comes to the car, guys.